Hi everybody, I'm Zilla Blitz and welcome to another episode of Euro Truck Simulator 2. I want to add some real company names to the game today, so we're going to take a look at how to do that and make up a little tutorial. Now, if you saw the American Truck Simulator tutorial, this one's different because there isn't a Grimes mod for real truck names for Euro Truck Simulator. So we're going to go to the Steam Workshop and pick one up that way. Let's get started. It's a much easier install and activation from the Steam Workshop. So I'm going to my library and home, and I can see all my games on the left-hand side. If you can just click on Euro Truck Simulator 2, that's fine. If you can't find it, you can just type like Euro in the top, then click on the left. So you bring up this screen from the game from your library. Now we want to go to the Workshop tab. If you can't see that, you might see 3 elliptical dots there. If you click on that, it will expand it, and then you can see the Workshop. So now we're going to click here, and we're going to go right to the Workshop. Now, the one I'm going to try here that looks pretty good, and I'm confessing, we're trying this together, but it looks pretty well. I'm going to type in real names in the search bar, and I'm going to hit search. And this one here by Shibuka TTV has 5 stars, and I'll notice there's a bunch of, it says really real company names. There's a bunch of versions here. The one we want is the first one that comes up. And the reason we want that one is this really real company names is for all of the DLC that he's done so far. Whereas this second one here we can see is really real company names for just Italia. This one down here is Viva la France for those particular DLCs. So we're going to click on that one. Then we're going to click subscribe. And that means it's now downloading to our mods folder in the game already. So we're done with it. All we have to do now with the finding it, downloading it, installing it, all we have to do now is go into the game and activate it. So let's do that next, and then let's go for a drive. Alrighty, now that we've got the mods installed, we're going to go into our mod manager and sort them out here so that we activate them within the game. We can see here on the left-hand side, these are all the mods that we've got installed. On the right-hand side, we see the mods that we've got activated. Really real company names, the one that we just subscribed to is the first one available to us here. So we're going to click on that to select it, then click on the yellow arrow that points to the right to move it to the active mods folder on the right-hand side. Now, right now it's at the top of our load order, and the order here matters. Because this is kind of a graphics type of thing and not a weather or sound type of element or adding items to the game really, we're going to decrease its priority and bring it down pretty low here. We want the weather and sound types of ones and vehicle changes and things like that to load before this does. So this seems to be a good place to have this to work. So now let's go into the game and see if it's working and see if it tests it out a little bit. And so we're confirming our changes down the bottom there, and we'll launch the game here. We'll see when we get inside, and let's go for a drive. So let's check to see if we've done this correctly. One way to see this is if we go into the job market and take a look at external contracts, we should see real company names pop up here. Looking pretty good. I see IKEA, Scania was of course in the game, I think. Norfoot, that looks good. These all look like real company names, looking pretty good. So we'll check it out and see how it works in the game. I'm just looking for a couple others, but the ones I can see here look right. Like NTG, yep, that looks good. These are again the Swedish company names, which is one of the countries that this little mod covers here. So looking pretty good. We are all set. So what are we going to do today for a drive? Well, if you last recall, we started off in Stockholm. I want to go down to the Scania plant in Södertälje, and grab a delivery from there because there's an achievement that you get for delivering trucks from the Scania plant to a Scania dealer. So we're going to first drive down there, and then we're just going to take an empty truck down there. I didn't see any loads from here. So let's do that drive. We're going to check out a question mark here as well. So we'll just do that. Then we'll regather as we get to the factory down in Scania, and we'll go for our official delivery for today. So looks like it's 3 o'clock in the morning, and the sun's coming up, which is kind of cool. Nice and early. Everything appears to be working. All right, so we're going to leave where we left off our little yacht here, and then head out. Whoa. That's going pretty fast. Brake's not working here. That's not a good start. All right, so we'll make a couple of quick drives around here, and then we will see you as we get... Oh, I'm out of control today. We'll see you as we get to the Scania plant. Alrighty, we are almost to the Scania plant, just about 10 minutes away. I drove up on a curve and did 1% worth of damage to the trailer here a little ways back. This Scania is so fast and responsive, I have to actually kind of calm down because it's got such great acceleration, especially when you're not pulling anything, and such sharp, nimble cornering that it feels like it's like driving a race car. I end up going too fast. Oh, Södertälje. So 15 out of 27 cities now discovered in Scandinavia. That's all good and well. So we're going to pull right into the factory here and go left here. See if we can get a delivery from the factory. Whoa, stop car. I am out of control with this trailer by itself. This is not good for me. I do not think I have a very long life expectancy with this type of driving here. We're going way too fast, too. Good thing we didn't get any tickets. Okay, so where is it? Where can I pick up a delivery? I can't go, must be this way, right? Into the factory itself. There should be the little mark. Here it is. Okay, so we're going to pull in here and see what type of deliveries they are offering. Let's check this out, then we'll be right back. So interestingly enough, we're at the factory here, and it looks like with the external contracts, I can't find any truck deliveries. No matter how many times I refresh it, it's just giving us empty pallets or used packaging or scrap metals and stuff like that. However, under the freight market here, there's one option, which takes us to Estonia. 13 and a half hours, but most of that looks to be the ferry ride. So we'll do that. That should still get us the achievement, and it will get us started. There are our trucks right over there. So let's go hook this up. This will be kind of fun. Nice little achievement to get and get us started on our Scandinavian adventures. We'll probably have to come back then from Estonia, but that's okay. I know there is a dealer close by here too, which would have been ideal because it would have been right where we started from in Stockholm. That would have been perfect, but this should work pretty nicely too. Let's get this backed up. Perfect. T. All right, so here we are. We've got our two trucks, our two on the back here, and we've got our Scania on the front too. So we got just a whole big family of Scania going here now. Let's get this going. 13 and a half hours. Our lights are on. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, so should be a nice drive. Probably try to fix the damage if I can, but it's only 1%. That's not a big deal so far. So let's get this going. We'll check in then. I'm looking forward to seeing some of the company names as we kind of drive around here too. So we'll make sure that that's all worked out pretty well. So I'll probably point a few of those out, and then we'll touch base as we get a little bit farther down the road here. So we're on the highway to the ferry to Estonia. Sun's coming up just in front of us here, and it looks like a beautiful day. No clouds in the sky. And I wanted to also talk a little bit about, so I posed that question in the last episode on Euro Truck Simulator. Should we start a new career with Pro Mods? And thank you to everybody who posted comments and thoughts and responses. It seemed to be overwhelmingly in favor of exploring a new series. Both, and I mentioned, as I was talking about it with regards to both Euro Truck Simulator and American Truck Simulator. I've been thinking about it a little bit since then, so I'll explain a little bit there. Oh. Minus 9,000. Romana H lost 9,000? That's, how do you lose 9,000 on your job? What the heck, Romana? Oops, we gotta get off here, I think. Uh-oh, we're gonna hit that car. That wasn't my best move there. Didn't want to miss the turn, so I had to sacrifice that vehicle. But yeah, that wasn't so clever. I was talking, I wasn't paying attention where I was going. So stuff happens, I guess. But no, I was so distracted by Romana H losing 9,000. I think it was it Sam Patel or someone? Someone was saying that they think the game has changed recently, and it's making it more likely that it's making it harder to make money with your hired drivers, that the hired drivers are just losing money more frequently. Because we've been playing for over a year. I've never seen one of our drivers lose $9,000. We had 33,000, now we're down to 23,000. They just lost $9,000 driving? Or how do you do that? How do you make a delivery and lose $9,000? Even if you came back empty, it shouldn't cost $9,000, right? So maybe there is something to it that and also, you know, as we saw in America, if you've been watching the American Truck Simulator series, Jenna Kay, who's the absolute worst driver ever, her average profit is minus 200 and something dollars now over the last, however that average is figured. And she's, a level 4.2 rating driver. So she's our first driver that we hired. She's made a lot of deliveries and she's lost $200 average over however many deliveries that's calculating there. So maybe there is something to the fact that the game has gotten a little bit harsher on AI drivers, the hired drivers or something. I'm not sure, but minus 9,000, that's kind of painful. Even in, we got a lot of drivers that are making a lot of money here, but I don't want them to be losing 9,000 all the time. That seems a little bit harsh there. But to go back to our original point here, this looks like actually a pretty somewhat tricky little thing to maneuver here. There we go. Now it's looking good. Coming right. Yep. To get back to the point at hand, thank you again for everybody who posted ideas and thoughts. It seemed to be overwhelmingly in favor of exploring kind of a pro mods type of career. And so to kind of talk a little bit about kind of based on feedback and various comments and stuff like that, one of the questions, well, I guess the first question was to do it with both games or just do it with one game. And I had mentioned in the original thoughts to do it with both games. But I think I'm going to start with Euro Truck Simulator 2 because this is the more advanced career and it's more progressed along. And I don't want to give up this career either because I think, first of all, when the game gets updated, it takes a while for Pro Mods to update its maps to the new version of the game. So there's going to be kind of this dead space. And I think sometimes it can take as much as a couple weeks, depending upon the size of the SCS official update, for them to catch up. So that would mean you can't really drive with Pro Mods during that time. So that's one reason to have a second career going. The other is that I don't feel like we're done with this career either. I feel like there's a lot more things to explore and do, especially with building the company, achievements, some of the different trucks and stuff like that. So I don't want to just stop doing this career, but I think it would be fun to start over again with all the stuff we've learned and activate the Pro Mods map in Europe. And then the second question, because there's just so many more places you can go. So I think that would probably be more kind of building up the company, doing achievements and things like that, and like an exploration-based type of career for that one. Where can we go? How far can we go? What places can we see? And I haven't looked at Pro Mods since the very beginning of this career. When I installed it at the beginning and was trying it, but then it didn't allow us to do World of Trucks deliveries, or it broke them enough, and you have trouble with the ferries and stuff. And I figured this map was big enough at that point in time that there was plenty to do and see with the game as it is, that I decided to leave the Pro Mods behind. So I haven't looked at it in over a year. So I imagine they've added stuff and put stuff in and made it different and all those kinds of things. So I'm kind of excited to see what that's involved. And I did like what I saw too. It was really fun to be able to go kind of like the northern tip of England and stuff like that, and go up into Wales and everything. Just a lot of fun places to go. And Scandinavia is so much more map involved to it. So I'm kind of looking forward to that. I think it'd be really fun. One of the questions I also asked, would it be a different series? And a bunch of people posted thoughts on that. Most people said, yeah, make a new series. It'll be easier to keep track of. And I think because this one is a career, I think I want it. So I think I want to have this series be on this career and the other series be on a new career, to keep them separate like that. And there is something I think to be mentioning to the idea that when you start a series from number one, video number one it draws a lot of new viewers to it. And now that we're on kind of 80 something, we still get a lot of new viewers. I see a lot of people saying, I just found this. But a series that starts with number one that's new is going to catch some people's, I think, some attention there. And then I think for American Truck Simulator, I kind of would start that series with Euro Truck Simulator, and then with American Truck Simulator, postpone it for a while, maybe get to like episode 60 or so. And the question in the American Truck Simulator one, and I'll talk more about it, I think, when in that game too. But the options are really the Pro Mods Canada version, or the Pro Mods, like I think it's called Coast to Coast, which takes you all the way to the east coast of the United States. But people said with that mod, and I'd heard that, and people kind of were confirming it with their comments and stuff, it's fairly barren, and they kind of cut and paste a lot of the graphics from the main game into that Coast to Coast mod. So while you can go to New York from Los Angeles, which is kind of cool, visually the experience isn't probably, you're not seeing all this custom content and kind of things like that. But I've heard the opposite of the ProMods Canada maps, which are supposed to be outstanding, incredibly unique, and really beautiful and stuff. So I think what we'd probably do for that one is start a career with ProMods Canada. And then at some point, I've seen a lot of videos of people having like there's like mods for Japan and maps for Japan and stuff like that. Which I think that would be pretty fun to explore as well. Different countries and things. So maybe start another career, I have so many series that just explores kind of different maps around the world, like international version type of thing. But anyway, we have successfully gobbled up the time going from the dealer here to the ferry. We'll get on the ferry. Where do I go? I think it's right here, right? Padinsky. We can take the ferry to, yeah, that's the one. Go there. Nope, we don't want to go there. We want to go here. Padinsky, and then we're going up to Tallinn right there. Okay, so we'll embark here. I don't think we have much of a drive left on the other side. And here we are. So we're all slept and everything. It's now same day. Weather's changed a lot over here. We've got an hour-and-a-half drive. Someone made money for us. We're back up to 32,000, and it is raining. Of course. I guess not of course, but it's actually kind of nice to have rain. I like the rain. We're going really fast here. So we've got an hour and 35 minutes to drop off our trucks. So far, so good. I'm going to take a quick screenshot here, and then we'll check in as we get a little bit closer to our final destination. Skies are dark, heavy rain here as it's starting to approach evening. It's a little bit after 5 o'clock as we're approaching our final destination. We just have to kind of head into this town of Tallinn and weave our way to the final parking spot. But yeah, it's pretty bleak and dark now. I do want to install that extreme weather mod again. I don't think it's not installed now because I installed the winter mod, but I have to put it back in and get the latest version, which is kind of fun here. I confess I haven't seen too many, like there's a Pirelli. I think that's an example of the real company names and the real trucks that are out there because, but I haven't seen too many companies. We just haven't gone by that many. So we haven't really seen too many opportunities to see it in the game in terms of the companies that we're going by, but I'm sure that'll pop up as we go through. And it certainly seems to be working fine in terms of giving us some options here, but maybe we'll see something as we go through this little town here. We are almost there. I hope we did this achievement right. I'm not 100% sure I've got it right, but I think it was from the Scania factory, which is in Södertälje, to pick up Scania trucks and take them to a place that sells them. And this was one that was listed as one of the possible destinations. So even though this isn't a Scania dealer, I think it's going to work. It's this NCH thing, which think is right. Maybe it's wrong though. Maybe we screwed it up. Maybe it actually has to be the Scania dealer and this won't work. But well, we'll find out shortly anyway. It wouldn't be the first time I've screwed up an achievement, that's for sure. And it won't be the last if it is. So, because it seemed clear that it was the Scania dealer, but this looks like some kind of a freight place for trucks. But well, we'll find out. What can you do? Anyway, we've had a nice drive here with Trillion in the back. I'm curious to see what the parking is. I feel like my driving, for whatever reason, in Sweden, I seem to kind of hit a lot of things. It just feels like it's a little bit, the roads are, even for Euro Truck Simulator, which is narrow, this feels even narrower and you have less room for options here. 40 experience. Pretty straightforward there, I think, huh? Just pull it in and back it up. Not much room to work with, though. This actually might be a little bit trickier than it looks. Oop. Oh, we hit the gate. Pay attention. Just after I'm saying, yeah, I feel like I hit a lot of things, and I guess we're not in Sweden anymore, but so I don't have an excuse even. Right here? Maybe that's going to work. We back this in, lined up the way we are. It's looking pretty good, I think. It's so nimble. I forgot. It's not an American truck, is it? Back around this way. We totally screwed this up. Not even close to getting it. Let's go forward and sort this out the right way. So if we come over here, maybe it's easier. Because European trucks, the turning radius is so much tighter. Once you get used to backing up the American trucks, so different here. This feels better now. I gotta get tighter. I'm too slow. Maybe we got it here. Oh, we got it. We're not even close. Now we should be able to get straight and get it. And we just have to adjust the other way a little bit. That way. And I think maybe we can swing it, right? So we go this way. Swing it back this way. Are they going to give it to us? They are. There we go. We're in. Not the cleanest parking, but we got her home. So let's see if delivering these trucks is going to give us that achievement. Decoupling. And yeah, achievement unlocked. Scania Truck Lovers. Perfect. So it didn't have to be to a specific Scania dealership. It just had to be to that place for whatever reason that accepts Scania trucks. Not much experience though. Level 30. Level 31, a long way to go. So we still have some work to do to get to that highest level of progression, which is level 36, but having fun. So achievement picked up, Scania Truck Lovers. We've installed the real names in Euro Truck Simulator 2 and talked a little bit about what's going on for our spawning off career. I think I'll probably start that new career in April sometimes. I've got a couple kind of unrelated things going up and a little bit of time I've got to spend away. So I think I'll probably do that starting in April once we kind of start the experiment in this game as well. So thanks anyway for tuning in. If you have ideas on other careers or things, I'd love to hear them. And thanks so much for tuning in. If you've enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. If you're new, please consider subscribing. I'm looking forward to a new career, having 2 going. That'll be kind of fun. And have a great day, everybody. We'll see you again soon. Bye.